40 languages perfect, and he could translate this writing, and he called it pre-Sanskrit because it's older than the oldest writing. And the translation of these 4 letters on the bottom of the pyramid was "The Son of the Creator comes." And when an American professor with his Tuareg friend from Northern Africa, Tuareg, was watching this picture on a Project Camelot interview, he was contacting me, and he was informing me that his Tuareg friend was shocked when he saw this writing, because he said it looks like our former writing, and one sentence he could translate, that was "son." And the Tuaregs are on the research of Professor Marcel Homé. He was a famous French archaeologist, and he was writing a book, and he was writing that the Tuaregs, on his research, had a connection to the sunken continent Atlantis. And even if you read the Bible, there is the sentence, "Until the building of the Tower of Babel, the whole humans spoke one language." And we found definitely stones with the same writing all over the world on different continents. And for example, the stones from Glocel, France, they were found already in 1924. So who could have been able to make stones before 1924 and bring them from South America to North America, even to Australia, in the hope that one day archaeologists find it and they break their brain, what could it be? Here you have one artifact from the same place showing how to hold the pyramid. You see here the 2 eyes, you see the right hand, on the right hand the pyramid, and on top of the pyramid the left hand. On the next stone you see a man sitting on a stone, holding the pyramid, having something flat like a helmet on his head, with a kind like antenna going up to this object. From his eyes, rays are going out, and here you can see 2 both men or people. And here is the helmet, a flat metal helmet, and here you can see that something was broken away. Maybe this was this helmet, and this antenna was not found there. Another strange artifact is this big cup with 12 little cups. On the big cup you have a perfect star constellations, and we did research with a computer program, astronomical program, and we found 2 ages fitting these star constellation. One was about 12,000 years ago, and the other one was 0, meaning starting of our 2010 years calendar. So if I would like to talk a funny story, I would say maybe this could be the Graal, but who knows? 12 little cups, 1 big cup. The big one is inside very magnetical, outside nearly nothing. And I talked with many geologists, they said it is impossible. If the stone includes iron material, it must be the same magnetically from both sides. This cup is not. And here you see the perfect star constellation with Orion, Pleiadian, Betelgeuse. And these 3 big stars are building a perfect pyramid. And also the inlays of the stars are shining very strong if you put black light on it. Here you have small cups, and you can see the numbers. They are looking like the Mayan numbers, but they are different, a little bit different. This is a stone plate with the same star constellation with 2 figurines, both looking up, and also the eyes and the star constellation is shining under black light very strong and lightly. This is damaged here. It had the form of a heart. And if you look here, you can see the closed eyes, the nose, the mouth, the long beard, and the long hair, here damaged also. Geologists explained me the nature does not change the color in a stone perfectly on one place from brown to black, so there is no explanation how this black color could have been made. And if you look very sharp to this face, many of my friends, when they saw first time this picture, they said it looks like the Shroud of Turin. So now we have an inlay in Israel, we have a big cup, we have 12 little cups, and we have a hard stone with a face which looks like the Shroud of Turin. Of course, it could not be the Graal, because those pieces must be older or the same age like the world map. That means that they might be older than 10,000 years. Of course, those artifacts are not accepted by the official archaeologists in Ecuador because, as I said, they do not have any connection to any accepted or researched pre-Columbian culture in South America, especially this cobra head. The cobra never existed in South America, and on the underside of the cobra head you have 7 points here, and you have again here 33 markings. Again here we have the 7 and 33. Also shining very strong under black light. And this is a so-called Kundalini stone. You see here the sexual energy is going on the backbone up to the third eye. Kundalini never existed in any pre-Columbian culture. It comes from Asia. Dolphin must have been also a very important animal in the past in other civilizations, because this is a perfect done dolphin head. Also the inlays very strong, shining under black light. This is a so-called stone helmet or a stone ball. You can put it on your shoulders, or you can lay it down and put your head inside. And when we had the exhibition in Vienna, some acupuncture doctors told me that the inlays here are exactly the points, the energy points they are using for the acupuncture. Acupuncture also does not exist in former pre-Columbian cultures. Here you can see how you can use it, or you can lay it down and put your head inside. And a few months ago they found in this area an unfinished even. A spiral, also shining under black light, very strong. And here again a jade plate with 7 rows, perfect done, which is even not easy in our days, and also when you put it under black light, it's shining very strong. Then there is a stone pyramidal form with the pyramid with the eye and many strange symbols, and some of them I found in the book from Churchward, The Sunken Continent Mu. He did a lot of research on Mu and Atlantis, and some of the symbols, unknown symbols on this pyramidal stone we found also in his book. Another pyramidal stone, another one, always the pyramid with the eye. And also in Churchward's book about the sunken continent Mu, you can find the pyramid with the eye. So that means it's not only the symbol of the Knight Templars, or later on from the Masonics, or even now on the $1 US, the pyramid with the eye must have been a very, very important, powerful symbol. They found also many ceramic figurines there, and you can see, if you look at this picture, you would never think that this was found in South America. Most probably you would think this is an Asian culture. Here presented the third eye. Very strange. I mean, they have no really connection to any known existing culture, pre-Columbian culture. From Ecuador we are moving to Bolivia. This is a photo of the Altiplano in Bolivia, where they found many, many black artifacts from an unknown civilization. Dating is at least older than 4,000 years. You have also near Tiahuanaco, you have Pumapunku, where you have hundreds of stone plates, perfect worked on, with 10, 20, 30 tons. But the work is done very precise and very perfect. Nobody knows what was the reason and for what did they do it, and especially how did they do it. This is the famous Sun Gate, where Poznański, a German living in Bolivia at the beginning of the 20th century, he was doing research more than 30 years on Pumapunku and Tiahuanaco, and also on the Sun Gate, and he found out that the Sun Gate is ident with the Venus calendar. Look at this work. How could they do such a precise work on thousands of tons heavy stones with primitive tiles? I don't think that's really possible. The next two pictures are satellite pictures from Salar de Uyuni. Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt lake, pure salt, in Bolivia in the height of 3,800 meters. You can see on this photo and also on the next photo that in the salt there are building forms. That means that in the salt, in former days, before there was water, before it was changed to salt, that there were living people there. But now I have always three questions. How comes pure salt water up to 3,800 meters? How long does it take until salt water changes into pure salt? Because in 3,800 meters, the temperature is in the night very cold, and on daytime it is not really hot. And third question is, how old must those buildings be? I think we're talking at least more than 10, 15, 20,000 years. And that shows us, and that was what I found out, and what is my opinion, that we had several times global catastrophes on our Earth. In this area, they found also 2.5, 2.6 meter skeletons from humans, but they were always bigger than 2.5, 2.6 meters. And you can see that the jaw is much stronger than our jaw. And the most strange thing is that those skeletons, those skulls, do not have any bone plate connection, because we, the Homo sapiens sapiens, we have 3 bone plates and the fontanella. And when the baby is born, the fontanella is very soft, and after growing up, the fontanella closes. These skulls do not have the 3 bone plates. And it's not a single skeleton, there were several of them. That means we have here definitely a different human, like the Homo sapiens or Neanderthal or any known human. But unfortunately, those skeletons are deep in the jungle, and only the photos I received through Bolivian friends, and we have the approval and the agreement with the military. When we are flying there, they will bring us to the skeletons, and then I have the chance to bring at least 1 bone with me, and we can try to do an age dating and a DNA dating. These masks were found in the area of the skeletons, and when I presented these masks in Vienna 2001, I was wondering, because I thought how they can make so wonderful, beautiful masks, but you cannot look through both eyes. You have to look either through the right one or the left one, because at that time I didn't know that those people in this area were over 2.5 meters. And of course, if you are 2.5 meter, your skull is also wider, and your eye view would fit perfect those masks. That's another mask, and another one, Very strange symbol.